Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be discussing about the Olympic Games 2024 and why this Olympics has been regarded as the greenest Olympics in the history of the events, and why this Olympics has been regarded as the most climate friendly in the history of the games. So recently what has happened is that today, that is 26th of July, so the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics 2024 Summer Games is scheduled to take place on 26th of July, and the games will be held between 26th of July to 7th of August. So the Paris Olympic Games, the venue is Paris, France, and at 7:30 p.m. on 26th of July is when the opening ceremony will start. So let us first look at the points of discussion. First we'll be looking at the news, then about Paris Olympics, Paris 2024 climate efforts, that what are the efforts that Paris has taken to be regarded as one of the most environmental or climate friendly Olympics, not completely eco-friendly. And then prelims practice question. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3, that is environment and ecology. And as we move forward, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. The news talks about why Paris Olympics will be the most climate friendly in history. So when we say history, Olympic Games has a long history, and in the history of Olympic Games, see, Olympic Games is a extravagant event. It is a mass event. It is a huge event. And in this year's Olympics, more than 10,000 athletes are going to participate. So it needs a lot of infrastructure, it needs a lot of investment, it needs a lot of capital. And with this, the Olympic Games are also very much responsible for contributing to the carbon emissions or contributing in a negative way to the environment. And in this regard, Paris Olympics 2024, so Paris this year has taken few steps that this year's Olympic will be regarded as the greenest Olympic in the history of the games, and also the most environmental friendly Olympics in the history of the games. So the Paris 2024 is said to be the greenest games in the history, and the opening ceremony will be from 7:30 p.m. and Indian contingent consists of 117 member, that is athletes, and the athletes will be celebrated aboard boats along with the Seine River. So usually the opening ceremony takes place inside the stadium, but this time this trend has not been followed, and this time the athletes will be coming to the venue on through the Seine River, and then they will be moving along a path of 6 kilometers. So this will be little unique in its own way, and the official flag bearers of India is shuttler PV Sindhu and table tennis player Sharath Kamal. So these two are the official flag bearers of India, and the dress code for Indian Olympic team is kurta bundi for men and the matching color saris for women. Then the games organizing committee has pledged to halve the Olympic carbon emissions. So the games organizing committee, so the Olympic Games organizing committee has taken a pledge, and they have taken the pledge that the carbon emissions will be half this year's in this game, from roughly 3.5 million tons in each in Tokyo 2020, Rio 2016 and London 2012. So in these three Olympic Games, that is 2020, 2016 and 2012, the carbon emissions which took place was around 3.5 million tons. So it has been pledged this year that this carbon emission quantity will be reduced to around half, and the Paris Olympic 2024 Summer Games will be contributing around 1.75 tons, so 1.75 million tons. So the carbon emissions is pledged to half this year, and that is a very, very positive step that has been taken with regard to keeping in mind the environment and the environmental emergency that the globe or the world is going through as of now. Now let us talk about Olympics during climate crisis. Climate crisis is something, or climate emergency is something which is presently going on, as the climate change topic is the need of the hour, and that needs to be talked about: global warming, greenhouse gases, rising temperature, and then the sea level rise, melting of the glaciers, and etc. So these are few of the things which talks about the climate emergency. And also if we see, then the new types of bacteria, viruses and diseases are also coming up. So all evidence points to the planet being in climate emergency, which is driven by the anthropogenic emissions of greenhouse gases. Anthropogenic emissions of greenhouse gases, it means that more contribution is being done by man-made things. And when we talk about the greenhouse gases, so the greenhouse gases, like for example carbon dioxide, then it has methane, then it has chlorofluorocarbon, then water vapor, nitrous oxide, etc. So these are the gases which are very harmful for the environment, and they actually trap the heat themselves, and they also create a greenhouse effect. So the anthropogenic emissions, that is the man-made emissions, like for example the dairy industry, like for example the refrigerators, the air conditioners, etc. So such events can also act as opportunities to further the fight against the climate change. And this year's Olympic, Paris has taken it as a fight that the carbon emissions will be halved as compared to the last 3 Olympics. Then mega events like the Olympic Games and the FIFA World Cup require massive public investments. And this massive public investment or massive capital investments comes at the risk of something. And what is that risk? That risk is climate risk, because infrastructure takes place. Stadiums are developed, infrastructure all over the city is developed, then a large number of tourist attraction takes place, then there will be a lot of air travels which takes place. So all these things, at that point of time we might think that it is a global event taking place, but the side effects of it, or at the back of it, we know that it is at the cost of something, and that cost is the environmental cost. And that cost, the level of the cost or the intensity of the cost, is what is increasing with each passing games. Then these events must do a better job of reducing their extraordinarily large carbon footprints, that is the amount of carbon that is being given out to the environment because of these games taking place, and find ways to accelerate sustainable transitions in the places they are hosted. So the places where the Olympics or large sporting events are hosted, they also need to find a way out that how the transmission of carbon or the carbon emission needs to be reduced, or how they will be reduced. Then Paris 2024 climate efforts. So what are the efforts which Paris is taking to reduce its carbon emissions this year in the Olympic Games? So Paris 2024 will be powered by renewable energy sources like geothermal and solar power. So basically the source of energy is geothermal and solar power. So first of all, let's talk about the aspect of eating, that is food. So Paris 2024 is trying to promote plant-based, local and sustainable food. So these are the foods which do not contribute to the carbon emissions. It means this is the food which is taken from the environment but is not contributing negatively to the environment. And also, when we say negatively to the environment, that does not mean that it means zero emissions. No, that is not the concept. It does not mean zero emission. It means that the amount of carbon footprint will be there. The amount or the quantity of carbon handprint will also be there. It means that the amount of carbon that is emitted will also be equal to or less than or little more than the amount of or the quantity of carbon that is absorbed. So that is how the difference between the emission and the absorption of carbon becomes very less. And that is how it is said that it will be sustainable. Sustainable means giving something to the future and not compromising with their needs. So the Food and Agriculture Organization, meat and dairy industries account for 18% of global greenhouse gases emissions. And that is the reason that why the dairy industry and the meat industry, the products through the dairy industry and the meat industry would be used very less at the Paris Olympics 2024, and in comparison to it, the plant-based, local and sustainable food would be used. Then all food related infrastructure development for games will be seen reuse after the Olympics. So the infrastructure that will be created will be reused in some way or the other. Like for example, homes for people can be created. Then infrastructure for the children, for playgrounds for the children can also be created, etc. So this was about the eating aspect. Then comes the next part, and that is the transportation segment. So most Olympic venues are easily accessible by the public transport. So the public transport or the distance between the stadiums or the venue is not very much. So it can easily be reached by the public transport. So people do not have to take much of their personal vehicles. Then Paris will run special services to ensure that tourists do not have trouble getting around. So more number of public transport will be there on the roads. Paris has developed 1000 kilometers of dedicated cycle lanes. So people can come to the venue easily, hustle free, and they can come by cycle. So less carbon emission will be generated. With an additional 3000 pay-as-you-go cycles available for rent during the games. So pay-as-you-go, it means the people who do not have cycles, they can pay and they can use the cycles. So that will be a carbon-free mode of transportation. Then comes the next point, and that is the point of construction. So unlike London, which built 8 new venues for the Olympics, and Tokyo also, which constructed 11 new sites. So majority of the time we have seen that the place which is hosting the Olympics, creation of infrastructure or new buildings takes place. But what Paris has done is 95% of the events in the Paris Games will be held in existing buildings or temporary infrastructure. It means whatever grounds or infrastructure they have or they possess as of now, it will be used, and temporary infrastructure is created. So permanent infrastructure is not created. Then the competition venue that Paris is building is solar powered. So that is solar powered and uses recycled natural bio-based building material. So solar power, it means that the renewable source of energy is used. Then recycled things are also used there. Then globally, the construction industry is among the highest greenhouse gases emitters, and it is responsible for 37% of the global emissions. And these are the industry, like for example, the dairy industry that we saw, then the meat industry that we saw, and then the construction industry. So all these industries which are major contributors to the greenhouse gases emissions, these are the things where Paris is performing really well. Next, that is the living arrangements for the athletes. So while the high temperature in Paris have forced organizers to install air conditioners, which was naturally not the plan, but due to the rising temperature, they have to install air conditioners. So instead of being AC free as originally planned, the athletes' living arrangements are nonetheless sparse. So what does it contains? It contains that the mattresses which will be used by the athletes, they are made from recycled fishing nets, beds made from the cardboard. So the recycled stuff or the recycled material is what is being used. Then significant amount of the furniture being used during the games is rented. It is not bought, it is rented. So till the time the things will be done, it will be given back. And we'll see reuse after the Olympics. Then the 2,800 new apartments in the Olympic village will be converted to homes after the Olympic event is done. So if we see the living arrangements also, because of the use of the recycled material things, or the cost will also come down. And the industry which are basically contributing more to the carbon emission will also be very less. So if the carbon emission is less, and this will be considered as the greener or the greenest Olympic till date, or the environmental friendly Olympic till date, that does not mean that it is completely zero carbon. No, it is not zero carbon. It's just that whatever is being emitted is what is being absorbed, or the difference between emission and absorption will be very less. So not completely eco-friendly. So Olympics will host around more than 10,000 athletes, 45,000 volunteers to 26,000 media professionals. it means that the lot of air travel will be done, and if lot of air travel will be done, then a lot of greenhouse gases emissions will also be taking place. And Paris 2024 has also developed a funding program for projects. So a funding program for projects is also being developed, and the aim is avoiding and capturing carbon emissions. Avoiding means if there is any way through which the carbon emission can be avoided, and if the carbon emission is being done, then try to capture it. Or carbon sequestration policy or concept, or the carbon sink concept, more of it needs to be created, which will aim to offset unavoidable games related emissions. Unavoidable games related emission, because unavoidable games related emissions will be there, but that needs to be offset. And now what is offsetting? So offsetting means that it is a way for individuals or organizations to compensate for the environmental costs of their actions by funding projects which will plant trees, rejuvenate forest, or etc. It means that if anyone knows that through their act negative impact or carbon emissions will be done on the environment, then they need to compensate their actions through other actions which is contributing back to the environment. Like for example, afforestation. You need to plant more number of trees. You need to create more number of carbon sinks. You need to adopt the carbon sequestration practices, and try to promote or try to do less carbon emissions. So these are the things which will offsetting concept will be done. It means compensating for your actions. So this was it, and in the end, a prelims MCQ, and you people will tell me the answer in the comment section. The London Olympics took place in which of the following years? 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020. So this is Paris Olympics. Before this was which one? Where the golden boy of India, that is Neeraj Chopra, won the first track and field event of India. That was Tokyo. So when did the London Olympics took place? So tell me the answer in the comment section, and we have discussed this in the video. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time. Keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.